Congratulations, Mama. You are 14 weeks along. You are in the second week of your second trimester, and hopefully you are feeling a little less nauseated. If not, I understand. Sometimes that nausea hung on longer than I wanted it to. I always hoped it would go away around 12 weeks and then shoot for 14 and then maybe 16. And hopefully around 14 weeks, you're starting to feel a little less nauseated. It is so relieving if you are. If not, I've got some things to help you, and we are going to jump into some mindset exercises today, but also some physical updates on what is happening in your body with baby. Let's jump into the episode. Hi, I'm Jocelyn, host of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast. I help pregnant women and mothers to find positivity in their season of life through changing their thoughts to work for them and not against them. I help mothers find the small, doable steps in thought and action without making drastic changes to their everyday mom life, and I can help you. Thanks for joining. Before we jump into this episode, will you do me a favor? Will you tell your fellow pregnant moms about this podcast? Tell them about what you are learning and just tell them that it's been helping you a little bit if it has. I really hope it has. These mindset tips help me in the best way, or did help me, and they do still help me actually. I mean, I'm not currently pregnant, but the mindset things I learned during pregnancy still help me even though I'm not pregnant. But that is the biggest way to say thank you, is to spread the word and to share this podcast with others. I would really appreciate it if you would do that for me. Today, you are about 14 weeks along, or likely close to that when listening to this episode. And around this time, your baby is about the size of an apple. But they only weigh about the size of a slice of sourdough bread. They're still really little in there, but they are moving within your womb. You may or may not be able to feel it yet. As I mentioned in last week's episode, some moms can feel their baby begin to move, or they call it a flutter at this point. But it was always much later for me when I could feel my babies moving. The baby's body is kind of becoming covered with hair. And if you have your baby more on the early side, you will be able to see some of this hair that is on their body. And there is a special name for that hair that I cannot recall right now. I'll look it up later and try and put it at the end of the episode. They also have their toes, and their fingernails are starting to form. And baby is just having a great time in there. A little bit of the research I did in preparation for this mentioned how their face muscles they're strengthening, and so they're able to move their face more. And although you can't see it, it's kind of fun to imagine them giving you a smile and just kind of being happy to have a body, which is so neat that your body is capable and has the know-how to grow another body. It really is pretty phenomenal and pretty amazing when you think about it. You may begin to start dealing with something called round ligament pain. And I did not deal a lot with this, but there are a lot of videos and a lot of things that talk about round ligament pain. If you are getting an intense sharp pain kind of on one side of your body, that could be round ligament pain. And maybe do a little bit of research on what to do to relieve that pain and things to help it get a little better. Even though you may be feeling less nauseous, maybe your nose is less sensitive to smells, and maybe you have less aversions to foods, it is still very important to eat healthy. Your baby needs these nutrients to help them grow and develop good and strong, and so does your body. So do your best to have a nutritious diet and also to drink water. That was one of the 4 areas I really focused on my last pregnancy, was to eat healthier. And I did feel better when I ate healthier. The other 3 areas were mental. I really tried to have a lot better mental outlook this 5th pregnancy. My baby is actually almost 1, but I did succeed in having much more positivity during pregnancy because of everything I do and mention in this podcast. I have a mini course called the Morning Sickness Mini Course, and I implemented my own course into my last pregnancy, and it helped my mentality so much. And I know that if you're willing to give it a go and an honest effort, it can help you to find more joy, more beauty, and more peace in pregnancy. Amid the hard things that happen, amid the body changes, amid the nausea, amid the tiredness and fatigue and the weight gain, you can find beauty in it by implementing the things in my course. I know because I've done it, and it does help and makes a big difference. So that helped me significantly mentally. The other area that I tried to improve was intimacy. Intimacy is super hard for me during pregnancy, and I really wanted to make it improve it this last go. And God gave me little windows of time that I either wasn't sick or that I felt good enough that I could be intimate and do things that way. I actually think I did a podcast on intimacy in the 2nd trimester. I will see if I can find that podcast, and I will link it in the show notes. I also have intimacy in the 1st trimester. I know I have a podcast on that. That has been in the show notes for the last few weeks. And things like that can really help if you want help in that area. And then the other area that I tried hard to get better at was exercise. Now, during the morning sickness phase, exercise, even though I tried, was still non-existent. I did not feel up to exercising at all. I just couldn't do it in the 1st trimester. It was way too much. And maybe if I could have, I would have felt better, but I couldn't do that. And so maybe you'll have better luck than I did, and you can implement exercising a little bit better in the 1st trimester. But if not, you're moving into and are in the 2nd trimester, and that's when it got a little easier to do things. And I didn't get crazy with my workouts. I did pregnancy-friendly Pilates, and do make sure it's pregnancy-friendly because there becomes a point where you're not supposed to lay on your belly and stuff. And I also just walked. So don't complicate it, just walk, just do something basic, maybe just some squats in your room, but move your body a little bit. And not only does it help you and your mind feel better now, but it also helps labor go better if you have been working out. So try those things, see if they make a difference. I know that when I could work out, it helped my mental outlook as well. So there are a lot of thoughts you can think to help your mental outlook, but there's also physical things you can do to help your mental outlook, like working out and eating healthier. So give those things a try and see which ones help and can make you feel a little bit better. And I hope that it helps. Okay. Sorry if that was a little scattered. I had so much that I wanted to share, and sometimes when I get excited, I get a little bit jumbled. This is such beautiful and important stuff. Today, I want to talk for your mental mindset part about how you are enough. I know during pregnancy, it can feel like you are not enough. You are not good enough of a mom. You're not good enough of a wife. You're not good enough of a employee, pet owner, housekeeper, daughter. You just kind of don't feel enough because if you're like me, you've been in a season of survival mode, and it has taken you back to the very basics of surviving. And in surviving, you don't feel the greatest. You don't have the greatest confidence. You don't have, you maybe don't always have the most positive outlook on life. And sometimes that can be a little bit hard to get over. It takes mentally shifting to overcome those thoughts and to realize you are enough. And that is what I want to share with you today, that you are enough. Just as you are in your pregnant state, just as you are in being sick and laying on the couch or the bed, You are enough. This week, I want you to repeat to yourself over and over when you are feeling that you are not enough. Just say in your mind or out loud, I am enough. And you can just say those 3 words, I am enough. Or if you feel to add on, you can. I am enough. I am growing a baby and I am enough. I am enough. This is a special season of life and I am enough. And do that this week. Implement these things in your mind and in your life for more positivity in this pregnancy. I am cheering for you, Mama. Write it on your mirror. Put sticky notes on your fridge. I am enough. Put a note on your phone. I am enough. And remember that you are enough. Your body is doing amazing things, and it is enough. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Positive in Pregnancy and Motherhood podcast, for listening, for sharing, and most of all, for applying these tools into your own life to improve your own happiness so that you can find your own better thoughts for a better you in a positive pregnancy, in losing that stubborn baby weight, and becoming the mom you desire to be through taking small steps in thought and action to reach your goals. If you are a mother who has an inner desire to enjoy motherhood and pregnancy better, but you are having difficulty figuring it out, I can help you. I can help you find the small, doable steps without drastic changes to your everyday mom life. Reach out, let's connect, and let's see you move forward. My name is Jocelyn, and I thank you for listening. Until next time.